This is a through housing joint, Carcass Construction. So it could be used for making something like a bookshelf or in your kitchen cupboards. And it involves cutting out a slot in one of the pieces of wood, and then the other piece fits in like that. It's called a through housing joint because we've cut the joint all the way through. To mark out our through housing joint, we're going to need a steel rule for measuring, a tri-square for drawing our lines at 90 degrees, and we're going to use a marking gauge for marking the depth. First of all, I'm going to take my steel rule. I want my housing joint to start 30mm or 3cm in from the side of the bit of wood. Line up at the 0, move into the 3cm or 30mm. I'm going to make a little mark. And then I'm going to take my tri-square. I'm going to make sure the long part of the stock is touching the long part of the bit of material. Take my pencil, pop it in the line that I've measured to, slide it along, and I'm going to draw my first line at 90 degrees. Then I'm going to measure the width of the joint. Now we could either measure it, or I'm going to take the bit of wood that I know I want to slot in, and I'm going to use that to mark the width of the joint I want to create. Once I've got my two parallel lines at 90 degrees, I'm going to project down so that I get nice vertical lines when I'm cutting out the housing joint. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now I just need to mark the depth. I'm going to take my marking gauge, which I've set to 9mm, which is half of this. I'm just going to use that just to mark the depth on one side. I'm going to mark the depth on the other. Take my pencil and just darken in a bit. And then good practice, I'm just going to hatch out the waist.